So when we initially built our very first Sentinel flagship application on Cosmos, Sentinel Shield DVPN, it is still operational. It is working. It is one of the main applications out there. It accepts DVPN tokens as a means of payment, and we allow users to top up their wallet with DVPNs from centralized or decentralized exchanges. They can buy a subscription for VPN on chain and etc.
Today's guest is Aleksandr Litreev, the founder of Sentinel, a privacy-first decentralized VPN protocol and one of the earliest DVPN projects in the Cosmos ecosystem. Born from real-world experiences with authorities and surveillance, Aleksandr's work blends deep technical architecture with an unwavering commitment to digital human rights. This is BlockHunters Voices, the podcast with cool kids from the blockchain space. I am Joachim Vuju, your host. Welcome, Aleksandr. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm very good and very excited about this podcast because you are one of the few projects in the crypto and the Cosmos ecosystem that actually has a product. So I want to get started from the beginning. And Aleksandr, for those unfamiliar with your story, how did your personal experiences with government repression influence your commitment to building privacy-preserving technologies like Sentinel DVPN?
Yeah, so I started my journey with the privacy and digital resistance started long before Sentinel came to the play, and it started back in 2016-ish when I was living back in Russia, and there is an opposition movement led by former opposition leader Alexei Navalny, who fought for digital sovereignty of the citizens, their right to access information freely, communicate freely, and against global surveillance. So I took a part in this movement, and for example, in 2018, Russian government decided that they will ban Telegram across all the Russian country, and we, with my team, we cooperated and built a set of tools that allowed people to circumvent this restrictions and access Telegram anyway. While other VPN services encountered some certain difficulties there, since Russian government tried to ban them as well, our team was able to move forward using specific know-hows and deep knowledge of how Russian censorship operates. Then we decided that we're gonna expand our experience to other countries as well, and use that to fight censorship globally, not only in Russia. I'm talking about China, Venezuela, Iran, Belarus, many other countries which has pretty same issues if we talk about them. So yeah, when you live under surveillance, privacy stops being a concept, it becomes survival. And I fled Russia in 2020 due to political persecution, now living in Estonia. I'm one of these guys who know personally what it means to be hunted digitally and physically both. So Sentinel is my response. You can call it a weapon of digital self-defense.
Do you also see Sentinel as a political project as much as a technical one?
Yeah, absolutely. Privacy itself is political. You can't separate the tech from fight for human rights, and the Sentinel is basically decentralized protest in the protocol form.
Now let's learn a little bit about Sentinel's architecture and protocol design. What were the core architectural flaws in the traditional VPN models that you wanted to solve with Sentinel?
So yeah, there is a plenty of them. First of all, and main one is a centralized trust. So with the regular VPN services such as ExpressVPN, NordVPN, ProtonVPN, you name it, all of them, they ask you to believe them that they do not track your data, they do not log your online activity, and they just want you to take their word for it, and that's it. They don't provide you with any proofs, verifiable proofs that they actually do not doing that. We at Sentinel, we decided that we want to build a product that works in such a way where user is not asked to believe something, and instead they can check it themselves. So Sentinel operates on zero trust policy, meaning that everything that is on-chain is decentralized and open source, and anyone who is interested in participating in the network, participating in a chain, or using the apps that based on it, are able to actually verify it themselves. They can see the source code, and they can see how the chain itself operates and how it protects itself from tampering and other malicious activity, and that eliminates the need for centralized trust. That's the first thing. Another thing is a single point of failure. Most of VPNs, they are meant not only like a privacy tool, but also as a tool to circumvent censorship. That's another very important aspect of VPN itself. So if we talk about classic centralized VPNs, when back in the days we were fighting for Telegram in 2018, governments were banning websites or apps like Telegram or some media outlets. Now they are banning VPN apps themselves. And centralized VPNs don't stand a chance against any censorship in that particular fight, because it is very easy for any government or third party to ban a specific application. They can just go after, for example, API endpoint of Proton VPN app, or they can go after networks or subnetworks of NordVPN and just block all of their servers from being available from their internet service providers. And that will be the end of story for them. That's actually, it is already the end of story for them, because these applications are not longer available in certain countries. For example, in Russia, it is absolutely impossible to use NordVPN even if it is already on your device. It just doesn't work there. Same with Proton VPN. In Turkmenistan, there is literally zero VPN services operational except Sentinel. So that's pretty much a good indicator of what we are doing. Yeah. Also, concerns with privacy, like KYC choke points. If you go for, let's say, some centralized VPN provider, they usually ask you to pay using your credit card, which is already linked to your identity, and then it is just a matter of ethics whether you will be compromised or not. And yeah, Sentinel eliminates the middleman generally and puts power back into the user's hands.
I think that's the best way, based on everything that you told us, is the best way to describe Sentinel DVPN in one sentence. But tell me, Sentinel emphasizes on-chain querying to eliminate the reliance on intermediaries for node discovery. Can you walk us through how this works and why it's superior?
Yeah, so all the information that we have on Sentinel, all the node metadata, is published on chain. So clients, meaning end users, can discover nodes directly through the blockchain, through the smart contract, basically, using queries and without having to go to some sort of DNS or trusted directories. Basically, it is all decentralized. It is all stored in a blockchain manner, and it's all verifiable and thus it is both censorship resistant and tamper proof.
And regarding the relay network, because I know it's critical for privacy, what are like the core incentives to prevent bad actors from compromising the system?
Yeah, so basically, as in most of the Cosmos-based project, we rely heavily on staking and slashing. You misbehave, you lose your bond. We also rely on proof of bandwidth audits to verify that relays actually transmits. But yeah, that's a whole another story. The main idea is to make it very unprofitable for someone to try tampering with the chain. Doing so will result into financial losses and ban, obviously, from the network, that you will not be longer able to continue doing some malicious activity from the same, let's say, wallet or account.
And why exactly did you choose to build Sentinel DVPN in the Cosmos ecosystem using the Cosmos architecture?
Yeah, that's a good question. So initially, actually, Sentinel started not as a Cosmos project, but it was on Ethereum back in old days. And it was an Ethereum project. We built the very first version on it. It was working. It was fine, and we had an application based on Ethereum with several hundred thousands of downloads. But
and you use master nodes, right? I think back then.
I don't recall, to be honest.
No.
So the whole problem with Ethereum was that, first of all, we weren't able to control the fees. It can go like all the way to like $60 per transaction at the worst times, and that's basically the price of a centralized VPN subscription for a year, which is completely makes no sense for a user to use it with that high fees. So, and we had no control over the fees amount whatsoever, and that made the pricing unpredictable. So Cosmos is much better in that aspect because we transaction fees are like pennies on a dollar, basically. It's very cheap, and you can always predict that it will not go higher than certain threshold. Another very important second aspect is input-output speed of Ethereum is very low. To make sure that your transaction went through and it is secure and not tampered with, it needs to get certain amount of confirmations on transaction. And on Ethereum, it takes time. It truly does. And comparing to Cosmos, well, they not even close to them, because Cosmos is way ahead with their input-output speed. They can process like an insane amount of transactions at the same time, and verifying them instantly using proof-of-stake validation. That's being said, we decided that Cosmos will be the perfect choice for us to move on, and that these characteristics of Cosmos SDK itself will provide a great foundation for Sentinel to grow on. The speed, the reliability, the predictable costs, all of that combined makes a good platform for Sentinel to grow on and build something that users will use and do not encounter any difficulties that are very common for Web 3.0 projects.
And regarding the tokenomics and Sentinel's token, because I know utility spans for governance, staking, and bandwidth payments. For this one, I'm not quite sure. I know things are changing from Sentinel to Cosmo DVPN, and basically you're gonna make payments in Atom. But will Sentinel's token still gonna have utility, or how is gonna play out?
That's a little bit different there. We not switching completely to Atom. Instead, we using IBC and now Eureka also to build an applications on Sentinel blockchain, which will accept different means of payments with different tokens from different chains. So when we initially built our very first Sentinel flagship application on Cosmos, Sentinel Shield DVPN, it is still operational. It is working. It is one of the main applications out there. It accepts DVPN tokens as a means of payment, and we allow users to top up their wallet with DVPNs from centralized or decentralized exchanges. They can buy a subscription for VPN on chain, and etc. When we looked at Cosmos and we were looking into what IBC can be any good for us, we understood that there is a token in Cosmos ecosystem, which is the most common one, obviously Atom one, and we decided that we can bring an additional value to it, and also show how IBC can be actually used in a real use application, not something built by devs for developers, but something that was built for actual users. So Cosmo DVPN is our very first application where we utilize IBC payments, allowing people to send atoms to their own wallet and pay with atoms through the IBC for the VPN subscription. So we're keeping both, obviously, and we also just recently collaborated with ICL on preheating our root with IBC Eureka, effectively making our token available on Ethereum network again as well.
So basically, let me see if I get this right. Anybody can build their own custom decentralized VPN on the chain, on Sentinel's DVPN chain, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Second, we have because IBC Eureka came on and ICL, we have now Cosmo DVPN, which is Atom aligned. So we basically can make payments in Atom, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay. And if I recall, also you're gonna be attributing part of the revenue into Atom buybacks through this Cosmos vertical, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And also you said you're gonna have your token on Ethereum because IBC Eureka right now.
Yes, that's correct. IBC Eureka made it possible for us to communicate with Ethereum blockchain, which opens a whole new world for us. If we previously appealed mostly to Cosmos community and worked with them, now we can appeal to much larger community of Ethereum guys who can use Ethereum as a platform to buy DVPN token there, and then they can find their very first way to Cosmos ecosystem through that token, using it in our applications that they can install on their devices.
And right now, let's take for example, if I'm a user and I want to download Cosmo DVPN, I can do it on iOS, iPad, and Mac, and it's gonna be soon launched on Android too.
Yeah, it is already available for all Apple devices. We already getting the Android app submitted to the Google Play as we speak. There should be an approval from Google Play review team at any point of time now. It might happen even as we talk, so it might become available on Google Play. So once it is available on Android, you will be able to download it from Google Play also and use it there. And we also working on the additional apps for desktops with the very same functionality. Talking of Windows and Linux, and macOS is already there because Apple made it possible to run iPad, iOS applications on Mac, so essentially it is the same application there.
And also for Apple TV, because I recall that I saw, I don't know if on your personal page or Sentinel's, that Sentinel was the top 3 downloaded apps in the Apple TV and it was banned by Russia or something like that.
That's that was one of our white label applications built on top of the Sentinel.
Okay.
So it's DVPN by Norse Labs, which is another company also in Estonia, that builds VPN applications on top of a VPN application on top of the Sentinel. They don't have wallet in the app. They mostly abstracted from the blockchain, but still using that under the hood. And the Norse Labs released a DVPN application about half a year ago, maybe, and launched on Android TV and Apple TV just maybe a month and a half ago. And it became extremely popular, worldwide, not only in Russia. We saw that it was #1 on the Russian Apple TV App Store in the top 3 app section. Essentially, for a few reasons. First of all, it was probably the only one VPN for TV that was actually working. The second thing is that it actually allowed people to access certain services which don't want you to use VPN. For example, Netflix, if you use VPN service and connect from the country which is not under Netflix coverage, they will tell you that, okay, you're using VPN, we're not allowing that, and you should turn off your VPN before you access Netflix. So that doesn't happen with DVPN, with Sentinel, because most of the nodes are hosted with residential IP addresses, and there is no way for some third-party service to actually find out that you're a VPN user.
And right now, Sentinel blockchain has 50 validators, right?
I believe it's a bit more. Let me look it up really quick. So it's 80, I believe, if I recall correctly.
Or 80.
Yeah, it's 80 validators as of now.
80 validators, and you don't have a minimum self-bond, right? Or something like that?
No, no, we don't. Pretty much anyone as of now can set up their own validator, put some certain delegation there, and be a validator, basically, an active set.
Going back to everything that ICL is trying to build, that is Atom aligned, I want to get back a little bit to the Cosmos DVPN. So I know basically you can access nodes for just 0.5 Atom per month right now.
Correct, yeah.
And all the revenue from the Cosmos DVPN will be used from Atom buybacks and on-chain ecosystem support, right?
Yes, as of now, we're planning to do so. The idea is to allow different means of payment. For example, on iOS, you know that Apple is very restrictive in their ecosystem. They force everyone to use their Apple in-app purchases, which is a fiat currency. So we're getting paid in USD, euros, dollars, whatever you name it. And our idea is to use that income that we receive from these sorts of payments to basically buy more atoms and support the Cosmos ecosystem.
I want to touch down with you a little bit about who Aleksandr is, because you are built in an adversarial environment, under pressure before entering crypto, before the markets went up and down like a carousel. Actually living in some places some of us don't even dream of. So I want to know, how do you stay grounded and resilient, working in privacy, working in crypto, because it's not easy.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I always remember where I started from. I know that my family, my freedom, my country's future, my future children. It is completely makes sense for me to fight for digital resistance, for digital human rights, because if we do not fight back, then eventually we might end up like in this 1984 novel, with all this global surveillance and people being afraid of even thinking about something that government don't want them to think about. I believe that digital rights are essential human rights, and it is very important for not only for developers and from Web 3.0 point of view, but in general, to fight for them as if you lose certain rights, it is very hard to get them back afterwards. And it is much easier for us to put certain efforts now to prevent certain things from happening than to restore our digital freedoms afterwards. And that's exactly what we're doing at Sentinel.
Yeah, and I believe people take this from granted. I'm from Romania, so we've been a communist country until '89, and people nowadays they take things for granted, their freedom and everything, and they have a easy life, and they feel like I don't know. They complain all the time how everything is hard, but people order.
They haven't seen hard things yet.
Yeah, they haven't seen hard things yet. I worked on a film about the '89 revolution. I haven't lived in that period of time, but I worked on a movie about this and about the communist era, and I try to understand more about how things were back then and how things are right now in Russia, and try not to take things for granted when you have everything at your disposal at any time like this.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Do you have like some personal rituals, habits, mindsets that have helped you lead Sentinel and stay mission aligned?
Well, yeah, with all this, so much information is out there on the social media, and every day there is some certain drama, whether it is political or related to some crypto vulnerabilities, markets going up and down, war is breaking through on all possible places on earth, and it's really hard to stay focused and not lose your mind while doing certain things. So my way of dealing with that is at certain days I'm just taking a day off from all the tech. I'm putting my phone away, my laptop away, and I'm going to a very beautiful forest in Estonia, and I'm just breathing fresh air and observing ducks, geese, and other animals out there, just walking around and enjoying the nature. From the other hand, I have an ADHD, which is also a good weapon if you aim it right, allowing me to be very productive for a long period of time when I'm focused. So yeah, I'm using it mostly as a tool. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And family, that helps a lot. So.
Do you still have family back in Russia?
No, I moved every single member of my family here to Estonia. I'm married to a wife who is Ukrainian, and my father and my brother are living with me here now in Estonia as well.
Sounds good. Happy for your family that is better right now.
Yeah, thank you.
We are entering the last chapter of the podcast, and we want to wrap things up with some rapid fire questions to get a sense of where your head's at when it comes to crypto. But for this one, just quick top of the mind answers.
Okay.
What's harder, fighting censorship or convincing users to care about privacy?
Oh shit! Well, yeah, convincing users, that's for sure. Censors, they are very predictable, like from the history, but apathy isn't. So yeah, it is very hard. As you told, people are taking everything for granted. It is very hard for people to explain them that they actually need certain things. And we're working on that, and so far we were successful, I believe. But yeah, there's a much more work to do left. So yeah.
Top 3 crypto apps you personally use the most?
That's easy. Lip Wallet, my best personal choice. Sentinel Shield DVPN, using that most of the time when I'm online, and also. Yeah, Skip Go probably for exchanging crypto and back and forth.
One misconception about Sentinel you wish people dropped?
People think that Sentinel DVPN is just a decentralized VPN, but now it is not. We mostly, not only DVPN, but a full-blown privacy infrastructure stack, building bunch of different things, including tools for AI, basically we became a full-fledged L1 operator based on Cosmos.
I remember telling when you said AI because you are talking about Sentinel Scout.
Correct. Yeah, we're working on the Sentinel Scout. This is our very new AI data scraping platform built on top of the decentralized infrastructure.
Oh, sounds good. Can you tell us a little bit words about this since I've cut you because we skipped
no
this
problem.
part.
Sure. So when this whole era of AI started with the GPT stuff, we understood that there is a very reasonable questions arising about the way how data is being mined and collected. And there is no way for us to know for sure that data that is being collected for training large language models are being collected in the ethical, non-biased way, and there is no way for us to verify it. So what we decided to do is to use all the experience that Sentinel has and to build an infrastructure for decentralized data mining, for data scraping, allowing people who are building AI to have a way to train their own model on the data that is collected in the way that is not biased, collected in the way that you can prove where it came from, how it was processed, and so on, and gives better transparency over the way how you train your own model. So this is something that we launched very recently. We're currently working on that, and we will be even as we expand our experience to different areas, to AI as well now, as I said, we will be rebranding Sentinel token to P2P token, changing ticker on the market, to highlight that now we are focusing not on DVPN only, but we becoming a fully functional L1 chain for building a DPN project.
Sounds good, and I'm really looking forward to this, Aleksandr. Tell me, how do you measure success?
Well, if we're talking about DVPN mostly as we speak, I think that if tyrants hate it, then we are winning. Mostly this is the metric. But if we're talking in technical terms, obviously uptime, usage, number of users that we onboarded to our chain. I mean, not developers or apps, but actual users who are using the app itself. As of now, we have almost nearly 1 million total users of Sentinel, which is a lot. We have enormous number of nodes, several thousands of nodes available on Sentinel. That's also a good indicator of adoption. And basically, our main goals for this year is to make sure that we attract as many users as possible to our applications, and we scale our network and use everything that we have already done to deliver the product to the masses.
Because we are in this crypto ecosystem, we are dependent into the market conditions. So where do you personally feel we are in the crypto market cycle right now?
Oh, yeah. So I'm being maybe optimistic regarding the market. I think that we now passed bottoms and now currently in the maybe mid-cycle. Speculation peaked, infrastructure being built. So yeah, my word, it's builder's time. Now it's time to build. Now it's time to deliver. And I personally don't pay much attention to the changes on the market. I always believe that it is impossible to always build no matter what, because if you build even at the bear market times, then when bullish market comes, you come prepared.
Exactly. One piece of advice for builders entering the Cosmos ecosystem or even the Sentinel ecosystem right now, and they want to build something there?
Yeah, I think we can make an advice for anyone who is coming to any decentralized ecosystem, not only Cosmos. Guys, ship something real, really. Don't build for other developers. There is so much stuff built from devs to devs. I cannot even imagine what the number is. Built for users, for regular people. Look at your grandma, build something for her, which is decentralized. Maybe she won't even have any clue that it is decentralized under the hood, but she will benefit from it.
Yeah, I remember having Magmar on the podcast, and he was telling me about you guys. That's how I learned. And I mean, at the end of the day, the dream is using crypto without knowing you are using crypto, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the main point. Many developers out there, especially in Ethereum ecosystem, they do not understand the importance of simplicity. They think that building apps on decentralization on blockchains is something that is enough on its own, but it is not. It is very important to deliver something decentralized, make things better, and not overcomplicate it from what it is already on the centralized market.
What's one non-crypto book, film, person, podcast, leader from the real world that shaped your leadership style?
I think that's Aleksandr Solzhenitsyn, which is the Russian writer. He taught me that truth is always more important than comfort, and that is my main probably motivation of working with my team and the way how I'm dealing with everything, basically.
How big is the team right now?
Well, we have, I would say we're peaking at maybe 20 people in total.
That is something.
Yeah. We relatively big team. We have people from all over the world. We have guys who are working here with us in Estonia. We have the headquarters here. We have developers from Argentina, Mexico, United States, United Kingdom,
decentralized team,
India, and even the team is decentralized. Yeah. So we walk the talk. So
before you wrap this up, can you tell us where can we follow Sentinel to stay updated, and do you have any last final words for the community?
Yeah. I encourage everyone to try Sentinel DVPN if you haven't tried it yet. You can follow us on our official social media. It's Sentinel DVPN in Twitter, in Telegram. Everywhere is the same user handle. And you can also find more about our applications that are available on Sentinel blockchain on our official website, sentinel.co. We welcome everyone to join our community. If you are a developer looking for something to start with, please come to our Telegram group. We will be happy to help you there. And thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, Aleksandr. Have a great one and fight the fight.
Fight. Yeah, thank you.